What it do, snackers, snackettes, and snack X's? Your boy Gage is here in the building with jokes,
Yo,
two
yo,
Yo's, double yo,
double yo.
Rob from Comic Logic,
Hello.
and our good friend Jerry Gaylord from all the way over on the West Coast, West Side.
Say
Um, you are now tuned in to Loading Snacks Weekly, where we get together once a week and we talk about things that are happening in pop culture. But
today.
today is a very special episode because pop culture can just hold on for a minute. It can just hold tight for the holiday season. Today, what's happening is we are creating the top 10 theatrically released live action DC Comics films of all time. It's a lot. It's a mouthful.
It's
It's
like
a
a
lot to
bag of chicken.
say, but but it is important. It's theatrically released live action. Those are important pieces. Um, so we're gonna work that out, and I will most certainly be going through what the rules of the road are. But before that, jokes. Drop the
Mm-hmm.
link to the website.
Yes, sir.
Look, easiest way to find us wherever we are, just go to loadingsacks.com. You can follow us across social media, or you can just look us up. But either way, if you really want to support us and drop some dollars in the bucket, you can do so on Patreon. And speaking of Patreon, it's time for the 619 Hall of Fame. So jokes, if you will.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so let's shout out our top tier patrons, starting with Anthony Cunningham, Marcus Houston, Susan Dortch, Tyrone Carson, Meticulous Skin, Alex Lee, Ellis Mbe, and Kermit Ferguson. Thank you very much. We truly, truly appreciate it.
Indeed, we do truly appreciate it. Thank you to all of you who support us the way that you do, whether
Mm-hmm.
you do so live and direct in the comments or if you're
Mm-hmm.
lurking behind the scenes.
Yep.
Good evening, fine gentlemen.
Man.
Let's get to this. Let's see. You're excited. I'm excited. It's getting ready to go down. You know what I mean? So let me explain some rules. Is that okay?
Try to go for
Cool.
it.
It's cool with me.
All
Absolutely.
right. Here's how this works. Each of us has our own top 10 list. Okay. We will all go through and say what our top 10 lists are, starting from number 10 and going up through our personal number ones. We do not fight about the top 10 lists. We will discuss them, but they are personal. They are yours. We can ask why or what made you do whatever you did that makes you seem so crazy for doing what you did, whatever. But it's your list, right? So no hate, might be a little judgment, but we reserve the right. This isn't one of those we listen and we don't judge. Like that part of it is kind of, um,
Judging.
yeah, what? Not us, not in the comics community, not comics between comics. Um, Once we all have our list, here's how this will break down. For every movie title that is on one of our lists,
Mm-hmm.
that movie will receive 1 point, meaning that the maximum number of points any one movie can receive is 4. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Tiebreakers, of which I'm sure there will be many in this case, will be decided by discussion. It's at that point where the passion and the placement for where you put things on your list truly comes in. We really have to discuss why we feel like a particular movie should be 7, 8, or 9. Should we have a three-way tie that would put those
Mm-hmm.
films in that place, right? So that's where that's going to come in. So we do not assign additional points based on where a movie falls in your list. If a particular movie is number 10 on my list and number 1 on Joke's list, it doesn't get more points for being number 1 for Jokes and number 10 for me. Although, when it comes to having to argue about where it goes on the other list, that placement might come into play. Well, look, it's my number 10. I'm not going to fight you
Mm-hmm.
about whether it should be 7 versus being 8. You know what I mean? So that's where that comes in. And we found that this is really, truly the fairest way to put a list like this together and tends to make the most sense. Does that make sense to everyone?
Yes.
Sound good. Sound good.
All right, cool. Now, there's one other thing that I need to say as we do this. There are films that are technically under the DC banner
Mhm.
that we are and are not including. Watchmen counts. Constantine counts. Road to Perdition does not. V for Vendetta does not. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen does not. We're only adding in
What about Karate
Watchmen.
Kid?
I mean, if you feel like Karate Kid truly belongs because Daniel Russo could best Batman, and you by all means have at it.
Oh man, that would be fun.
Just know that the scrutiny on your list is going to be special. If you want, because the Ninja Turtles should be able to beat Batman, but didn't. If you feel some kind of way about it,
Right, let's
feel
throw some
free
of
to
these
just, you know what I mean?
comments on here because we kind of know
Here we
Frosty had to
go.
jump in.
Rosie said Batman movie should make up 8 out of 10 of the list. Hey, listen. Here's the thing. Once we get everybody's list out the way, I really do want you all to post your top 10 lists. We will want to see them. We will want to read them and know what you all personally have as your top 10 list. So, without further ado, Jokes, are you ready?
I'm as ready as I'm ever going to be.
All right. So let's lock it in. Let's get your 10 through 1. What is your number 10?
Number 10 is going to be Wonder Woman, the first one.
All right. Listen, Jerry, hold Penny back. Wonder Woman at number 10. That's insane.
I mean,
All right.
This is Joke's list. He can
This
have
is
his
Joke's
opinion.
list.
Yeah.
And she can come for him later on. I will set that up. I'm so good for it. All right, number 9, Jokes.
Number 9 is going to be Watchmen.
Okay.
And now, here we go. Here's where Frosty comes into play almost.
Number 8.
Number 8 is going to be Batman Returns.
Okay.
How old are you?
I know.
Younger than all of us.
Yeah, listen,
I was going to say, that's probably going to come into play in the discussion.
That's for sure.
Our peers.
Mm-hmm.
One of us. One of these kids is not like the other.
Yeah. Kid.
All right. Number 7.
Number 7, we're going Man of Steel.
Okay. All right. What's your number 6?
Somebody's gonna hate me for this part of this list. Number 6 is going to be the new Superman, the 2025 Superman.
Okay. Soups 2025. All right. Number 5.
Number 5, the Batman.
Okay. Little Robert Pattinson love.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4.
Number 4 is OG Christopher Reeve Superman.
Okay. Superman the movie. All right. What's number 3? We're getting into your top 3.
Top 3. Number 3 is Batman Begins.
Okay. We did just have a discussion about that, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Number 2.
Hey, Frosty, I'll put that back. Number 2 is Batman 89.
Okay. And your number 1?
It's The Dark Knight.
All right.
I knew that's the face I was waiting for right there.
Nah, I reserve the right to vomit at any given time.
You just listen. You just see the age in your list. That's all it is.
100%.
Frosty, I know it hurt a little bit, but some of them did have to go on the list. I feel someone like just punching me out of nowhere currently.
Yeah, Frosty said, "Why is there so much Superman on your list?" And Jokes. Jokes. It's a solid list.
Yeah,
it's a solid list. All right, Rob.
Yeah.
What's your number 10?
My list is going to be crazy, I guess. So coming in at number 10, Birds of Prey.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, yeah.
Number 9 for me, The Dark Knight.
Okay.
Number 8, Constantine.
Okay.
7, The Batman. 6, Superman 2.
All right.
5, Batman Returns.
Okay.
Number 4, The Suicide Squad.
Okay.
Top 3. Number 3, Superman 2025.
Okay.
All right.
Number 2, Superman 1978.
Ooh.
So Superman the movie, the original.
Yep.
Okay.
Number 1, Batman 89.
All right.
It's a tough list.
Hey, bro, this is getting out of hand.
I like this list.
Oh, here we go.
All right, my turn. This panel is going to be wild. You are so right. Don't leave, Frosty. I need your list first. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Kay. You and Frosty leaving? Why y'all on the same team
Hey,
again?
listen,
Stop
they're
it.
on the same page right now.
Hey, if people are scared, they're scared. It is what it is.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? All right, here we go. I'm going next. You ready?
Let's do it.
Number 10, Joker.
Oh.
Number 9, Shazam. Number 8, Jonah Hex.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. There you go. I haven't actually even seen that one.
Yep.
Very clean. Number 7, Wonder Woman. Number 6, Superman the movie. Number 5, The Batman. Number 4, Superman 2025.
Ooh.
Number 3, Batman Begins. Number 2, Batman Returns. Number 1, say it for me, Rob.
Batman
Say it for me, Rob.
Baby.
You know it is, man. Batman 89, man.
Now, before Jerry goes,
Uh-huh.
do you mind? Can we just get the titles, the only titles that have all 3 of our votes so far? Before we get into this final one, I'm curious.
All right, just doing a glance over because I haven't done like other than writing them down.
Sure.
Batman 89. Superman 25. Superman the movie. Batman Returns. I say Batman 89.
Oh, you did? Okay, I'm tripping.
Yeah. Batman Returns. The Batman.
These are different ones than I thought, if I'm being honest. This is a pretty cool list. I love this.
They're all Batman though. Like there's the 2 Supermans, the first and the last, and then the same Batman. That's where we are right now as far
I'm
as
excited to hear your list, buddy. I'm so
what's
excited to
on
hear
all
your
of our
list.
lists.
I'm so excited.
Superman 1, Superman 2, Superman 3, Superman 4.
They already have the numbers in the title. They already did it for me. They say, here you go.
Oh man. Jerry, the pressure is on. You're number 10, sir.
All right. Okay, so my number 10 is actually Superman 3. So
Okay.
you may be
Let me tell you how
surprised to
that
know
movie
that from
scares
me.
me.
I love the poster in the background. I saw that
Nah, that
poster in
movie
the
scares
background.
me, dog.
I knew that was gonna make the list when I saw that poster in the background.
Oh man,
I'm just going to
listen.
tell you, man. Richard Pryor is a robot
Fire,
that messed me
yeah.
up, dog. I can't do it.
So I mean, it's like it's a classic.
I'm not.
I snuck some of that into X-Men '97. I got it
Yeah.
in
Look.
there.
I hear you. I'm with it. I love that. I love that.
um,
Sprinkle some DC in that X-Men. You know what I'm saying? What's your number 9?
Number 9, Superman 2025.
Okay. Number 8.
Number 8, The Batman.
Okay.
So those guys coming up in there. Number
Mm-hmm.
7, Wonder Woman.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Number
Hold on, man.
6.
Duck, because here come Penny. I'm just saying. I
I
just
think I'm
want you to
safe.
be okay.
I think
All
I'm
right.
safe. I think I'm safe. Um, because the rest of my list has to be taken into account. So,
All right. Number 6.
number 6, we got The Dark Knight.
Okay.
Number 5, I got Constantine.
Okay.
And then, just go come in and finish this thing up. We got number 4 is
Mm-hmm.
Batman Returns.
Okay.
Number 3, that's
Mm-hmm.
Superman 2.
Okay.
Hell yeah. Hell
Okay,
yeah.
yeah, that's it, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
number 2 is Batman '89,
Okay.
and
It's
then
number 1.
that leaves Christopher Reeve.
Oh man. Hey, I
Man,
mean Superman the movie.
I
The
love it.
original gun clapper just got to be number one.
Facts.
He got to be number one.
Oh
There you go.
man.
He's here.
I'm not mad at that. All right, you fellas, we have some really solid lists. I'm gonna actually do before I start doing the math or whatever. I'm gonna reread everybody's list just as a
Cool.
reminder, right? And then I'll start doing some math and figuring some things out, and kind of announce where we are, what has how many points, and all
Hmm.
that kind of stuff. And while we're doing that, we can get some top tens from some other people and get some honorable mentions if you have them. Cool.
Cool.
All right, so we're going back to jokes. Jokes. Your number 10 was Wonder Woman.
Hmm.
9 was Watchmen.
Hmm.
8 was Batman Returns.
Hmm.
7 was Man of Steel.
Hmm.
6 was Superman 2025.
Hmm.
5 was The Batman. 4, Superman the movie. 3, Batman Begins. 2, Batman 89. And 1, The Dark Knight.
You got it.
Rob, your number 10, Birds of Prey. 9, Dark Knight. 8, Constantine. 7, The Batman. 6, Superman 2. 5, Batman Returns. 4, The Suicide Squad. 3, Superman 2025. 2, Superman the movie. And number 1, Batman 89. My list was as follows. Number 10, Joker. Number 9, Shazam. Number 8, Jonah Hex. Number 7, Wonder Woman. Number 6, Superman the movie. Number 5, The Batman. Number 4, Superman 2025. Number 3, Batman Begins. Number 2, Batman Returns. And number 1, Batman 89. Jerry, number 10, Superman 3. Number 9, Superman 2025. Number 8, The Batman. Number 7, Wonder Woman. Number 6, Dark Knight. Number 5, Constantine. Number 4, Batman Returns. Number 3, Superman 2. Number 2, Batman 89. And number 1, Superman the movie. All solid list, gentlemen. Feel free to discuss amongst yourselves. Um, why you chose what you chose in the order you chose it. Jokes, see if we can't get some top tens from the group. And
Mhm.
again, if you guys have honorable mentions, maybe we'll start with you, Rob, for honorable mentions.
Well, so for me, like I was really toiling with putting Wonder Woman in there. I think it is such a good movie. But just for me personally, uh, I don't know. When I was making the list, I just kind of went with my first instinct with it,
Mhm.
Hmm.
with the list that
It's
was in
fair.
front. I will say, was Zack Snyder's Justice League ever in theaters? It wouldn't make my list. But was
No.
his version? Did it ever see
No.
like a
Technically,
weekend?
no. They
No,
did
because
put it in theaters
Yeah.
way after the fact. Like it
Way
wasn't
after the fact.
originally
Yeah.
released to
Right.
theaters. Yeah, they
Would
did like
that have
that
made
black
it
and white.
eligible? Would that have made it eligible?
I would
I
still say
think,
yes.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
would
would
say
still say
yeah.
yes.
And you know what I wanted to honorable mention just because of the campiness, and this is personally for me, Swamp Thing, baby. That original Swamp Thing from the
Oh
Fair.
80s.
yeah, that crossed my mind.
That's
That
got a
crossed
special
my
That's
place
mind.
in
fair.
my heart for sure.
Not mad at that. Not mad at that. The two for me, like that, I kind of a toss up that are on some of y'all list. So, um, Shazam and Constantine were the two that were kind of bouncing in and off I would say the last two spots for a while.
Yeah.
And those were the ones that were really giving. I was like, ooh, like they should.
Mhm.
Shazam is the one that was kind of when it came out. Honestly, I feel like I had low expectations for it. It looked like it was going to be fun and stuff to
Yeah.
go in and see. But then actually seeing it was kind of like, hey, that one was actually a solid beginning for Shazam to get into the DCEU at that point in time for it.
I agree. I
Um,
would agree with any argument for that to make a top 10. I mean, I could see that making a top 10.
Yeah. Yeah.
Constantine, like Constantine is great. I feel like, it was just for the time that it came out, it did something different. But unfortunately, for the time that it came out, it just didn't stand next to, it wasn't necessarily a part of the grand scheme. It wasn't a part of a plan of something gigantic on it. So it kind of came in, did something cool, but then it kind of just fell to the wayside afterwards. Obviously, the character Constantine has been involved in other DC projects, mostly on the TV side than anything else, which I think was a good spot for him to be in. But then I felt he got a little bit contained for being on regular TV that the movie could go a little bit further with.
Well, the thing
Yeah.
is the movie take was such a departure from the iteration in the comics. Like
Mm-hmm.
so different from what anybody knew was on the page. So I think that was met with immediate resistance because of how different it was from the source material.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that I remember the Matt, what's his last name? The guy who did the TV version.
Matt Ryan.
Yeah, I heard nothing but him being very well received because of his faithfulness to the version that we saw on the page. And I think
that, like, I'm sorry to just jump right in.
no,
but
you're
I-
good.
I
No,
think,
yeah.
when Constantine came out, like I didn't know of the character from the
What
comics.
year was that too?
Me too.
So
I was the same. Yeah.
yeah, so like watching it, like it in my mind, it just lived its own life as like its own thing. Um, and it's funny because like I mean I love the movie so much, like it's something that I can just put in and watch like
Yeah.
at any time. And I think
2005.
oh yeah, see,
I was looking to
and
see.
like knowing more about Constantine now, like I think it would kind of be harder for me to accept it. But the movie is so good, like things like him not being British, like that's that's like wait, what are we doing?
The long dark hair instead of the short blonde
Right.
hair. Like, yeah.
I mean, it's like do I want to see Keanu Reeves do a British accent?
No.
Is that what he was doing in Dracula? Can he be that guy in Constantine? Is that what we want?
I don't think so.
I dig that, but like definitely speaking on Constantine, like I just look at the track for where Constantine came out. So if you look at like the two movies before and the two movies after, so what led up to Constantine? This is funny. would have been first was 97, which was Steel.
Oh,
2004, Catwoman. Then we get Constantine. Then we go Batman Begins. So
Right.
it's kind of when you look at like that where it sits at and like those releases, I feel like it kind of after Catwoman, you probably when DC released on it was kind of like, do we want to trust this a little bit on there for it? But I think that ended up doing a lot better than probably what a lot of people thought that it was going to.
yeah, I think so. I mean, back then, like it wasn't. I don't think it was looked at as like a comic book project. It was just like
Mhm.
an IP that got made into a movie, and I don't think most people had any idea that it was a comic book or even
Yeah.
cared.
Yeah.
You
No,
know,
and the
Valid.
star power in that one was great. Like,
Keanu Reeves.
yeah, Keanu
yeah,
Reeves, that
right.
Rachel Weisz was great. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. I remember. Yeah, I didn't know anything about the character, but if I
Mhm.
did, I would understand like
A little more when
why people
Mhm.
might be upset about it.
Sure. Like if that again, like knowing what I know now, like to walk into the theater and see that, I'd have been like, "What is going on here?"
um,
Um,
an
but
example of something
it's such a solid movie though.
something exactly like that. So I did not know the source material of Running Man was
Mm,
more like this new movie they came out and not the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie
mm,
from the 80s. Because I saw
mm.
the first teaser for Running Man and I was like,
it was
why
like
are
a
they
little clown.
remaking this? It's like, why are they remaking it like this? And then I did some research and I said, oh, that 80s one was ridiculous compared to the source material.
Oh,
Mm,
100%.
This is, and I love it. I love it the same, even though it's nothing what it's like, but you
yeah,
know, it's the
yeah.
same
I
kind of
mean,
thing.
yeah. When I saw the trailer for the new movie, that was actually the second thought that I had. Was I was like, this is probably more like whatever this thing is supposed to be.
Be
Yeah.
like, yeah, I agree with that. Because when I saw the trailer first attached, I don't remember what movie. When I saw it first thing came out, I was just like, hold up, the Arnold Schwarzenegger. I was like, the Arnold Schwarzenegger John. I was like, this, and I was like, this don't seem anything like what that was. I
Yeah.
still haven't seen it yet, but I've heard nothing but good things about it, so that's on the list to actually see.
It was great.
Um,
It was great.
All
I don't
right, all
believe
right.
you'll ever see it. Jokes.
I
All right,
will
here's
at
the
some
deal, y'all.
point.
All right, we have a list.
Oh wait, hold on. Let me give you my
Oh, you got some
Oh
honorable
yeah, go ahead.
mentions?
honorable. Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
So the ones that you guys didn't mention, first, Batman Forever, like that movie, uh, like the reason it didn't make my list is because of Robin. Like, not that I don't like Robin as a
Hey
character.
dog, mine too, bro.
Yeah,
Actually, actually, also Batgirl, trash, bro. Alicia
oh,
Silverstone.
that was
Batman and
Batman and
Robin.
Robin.
I mean, that was
So
Batman
Yeah,
and Robin. Yeah, yeah,
Rob.
yeah. You're
yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah. It's not that I dislike the character of Robin, but like the way they portrayed him, it was wild.
Yeah.
But
Nah, I
everything else
get it.
about that movie, like I felt like it stepped up. It was crazy. It's my favorite Batmobile. Um,
Is
that
it?
it, yeah, that joint is wild. It feels like the original, like the '89 Batmobile, but it's
Mhm.
like alive, like with the lights
Mhm.
inside. Like
Mhm.
it feels like this crazy cartoony like
I think that the
nonsense.
neon is what threw those movies off. Like they went from being very dark to being
Hmm.
dark with a lot of bright lights. Like they turned
Kind
Gotham
of
into
thing.
Vegas, and I think that messed a
Yeah,
lot of people up. It was
People
like,
up.
yo, what
yeah.
are we really doing? But we can't. Like Jim Carrey Riddler was at the
Dog.
time.
Iconic. That
Yeah,
joint was
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm probably one of like I enjoyed all like including 89 and Returns. Like I enjoyed the whole Tim Burton, like the vibe, the aesthetic and everything that they did with all four of the movies. Um I after watching like, going from like the animated
hey,
series
jokes.
and then
We're gonna get into all of that because we're gonna have to. So just
yeah,
let him finish out his honorable mentions because
say no more.
trust me, all of
um,
that's coming.
the other one that I had on here is I had Batman Begins on here, but also Blue Beetle is on my
Mm,
Yeah.
honorable mention.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think Blue Beetle definitely deserves an honorable mention. I agree with that.
Okay. I did enjoy Blue Beetle. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say that. That's where I'm gonna leave it. Jokes, do you have honorable mentions?
The two mainly for me was the one I saw. Constantine and Shazam. Those are the two that were
Okay.
just bouncing, like I was saying earlier, bouncing on and off the list the majority of the time for it. I think those would probably be the biggest two for me. Joker was teetering for like first I absolutely loved the Joker from
Mm-hmm.
top to bottom. It was something different. Like Joker per se doesn't necessarily have a full origin story type of thing. Like there's been different,
Yeah.
little small interpretations and things, but to kind of see an origin kind of set up for the Joker was an interesting piece to see. And then still eventually tying it into still Bruce Wayne. Like it's inevitable that you're going to have to tie it into where we get to see that happen. But I thought that was just so well executed, but it was just in comparison to some of these others that are just on the majority of our list, it was just hard to end up moving that into the top 10. But Joker is one of those that I just absolutely love it. I haven't watched the second one yet. Like I know
Don't.
everyone says that it's not
Nah,
like,
don't.
honestly, the
Nah,
only reason
dog.
I would
Just
watch
don't.
it outside of it is for Lady Gaga. Honest truth would be
Yeah,
the
no, but
only,
no, but don't.
yeah.
But just don't. Like,
But
just don't feed the beast. Like, Lady Gaga has so much better stuff that you could go watch. Like, so just don't. Just don't. How about that? How about don't?
Fair enough.
All right, listen. So here's where we are. We ended up with a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 movies
Mhm.
between all of our lists. All of our lists. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 movies that only were on an individual list.
Mhm.
None of those movies are going to make the top 10. Okay.
Mhm.
Those movies are Birds of Prey, The Suicide Squad, Watchmen, Man of Steel, Superman 3, Joker, Shazam, and Jonah Hex.
Mhm.
None of them have enough points to make it any further. All right. Now, these are the movies that have 2 points each and are in the running for positions 10, 9, and 8. Those films are Constantine, Superman 2, and Batman Begins. Okay?
Mhm.
Those 3 films are going to make up our bottom 3.
Mhm.
Cool? Now, for number 6 and number 7, we have a tie with 2 movies that are on 3 of our lists. Those movies are Wonder Woman and Dark Knight. So those will end up in our 6th and 7th positions. One of the two. We'll figure out what's what. And then of course, vying for spaces 5 through 1 are The Batman, Batman Returns, Superman 2025, Superman the movie, and Batman 89. Those 5 films being the only films that are on all 4 of our lists.
Ooh, I
That
love
makes
it.
them automatically the top 5. So we will have to have a serious discussion about what's in first and what's in fifth. So,
I don't think the first one's going to be hard, honestly. For what's there, I don't think it's going to be a problem. Actually, just picking that one first, honestly.
correct. But
We're saving that for the end. Right?
we'll get to that in, I don't know, 30 minutes or so, something like that. We'll see how this turns out. Constantine, Superman 2, and Batman Begins. I am going to start us off, I'm just going to say, I personally think Constantine goes in 10. I think that's our number 10.
I'm
I can
I would
concede
not
that.
put Constantine above Superman 2 or Batman
I
Begins.
I agree.
100% agree with that. I
I
have
agree.
no issues with that.
No,
Jerry, you're
yeah.
good with that?
Yeah, I'm
All
cool.
right. Constantine is our number 10 movie.
Look at that.
Superman 2 and Batman Begins What's number 9 and what's number 8?
9 is
What?
Superman. I'll bet 9 is Superman and 8 is Batman Begins.
No, no,
Really?
Can't do it.
Really?
yeah.
Can't do it, homie.
I put Superman 2 above Batman Begins for sure. For me, for sure.
I think the
All right, I'm
DNA
gonna
of all
ask.
these other films.
I'm gonna ask why.
Because if it's a question of which one I want to watch more and get more entertainment out of, for me
Okay.
personally, that's Superman 2. That's
Okay.
that's Superman fighting the enemies of his father. That's Superman giving up his powers for the woman he loves. That's Superman tricking all those villains at the end and throwing a plastic S off of his chest on somebody. Are you kidding
crazy.
me?
That's freaking. That's
awesome.
crazy, dog. You just lost me. You had me.
That's
You
awesome.
lost me.
He's in the Fortress of Solitude. Like it's all trickery. It's fine.
Yeah.
Anything can happen in there, huh?
Yeah, the fortress.
All right. Here's what I will say. My personal opinion is Superman 2 is definitely not a better movie than Batman Begins. It's not. It's not. Like if you know the history, you know that like all the stuff that happened with Donner and other people coming in to do it, like all that kind of stuff. It's a cult classic though. And I'm not sure that Batman Begins will ever earn that kind of a stripe. I think Batman Begins from beginning until almost the end. Because the end of that joint is shaky.
I mean, it ends like 3 times, doesn't it?
No, I mean,
Maybe you're
no,
thinking of
I
the
don't.
Batman. The Batman ended like 3 times.
The Batman, that joint has like 4 endings, but
Oh wait, you know what? You right. I'm thinking about the. This is DC's fault for making all these Batman movies.
well, I mean,
Starting them over
yeah, I
Hey,
3
mean,
listen,
times.
people gonna go see it and pay to see Batman. So you know what? We gonna keep doing it.
Gage, I will concede to you 100%. Batman Begins is a better movie than Superman 2. I still think Superman 2 should be 8 and Batman Begins should be 9.
I don't think it's a better movie than Superman 2. I think Batman Begins is a great movie, but I think it does in fact fall apart at the end, and it
it
makes me
does.
go, wait a minute, hold on. Like the entire point of the movie is Batman doesn't kill people, and then he kills that guy. Like
I
the
mean,
Batman,
he
the
didn't
Batman
kill
from the
him.
cartoon, the Batman from the
Technically,
cartoon wouldn't have let that happen. Wouldn't. Wouldn't. The animated
My man
Batman wouldn't
said
have let that
Kevin
happen.
Conroy would never.
Jerry,
What?
you just convinced me. Superman 2 is a better movie, and I wanted an 8.
You know what? Here's what I'm gonna say. If that is the logic you're going with, y'all gonna have a real hard time with me in Dark Knight in a couple of and it's gonna be
listen, he's
we gonna
gonna
have a
tear Dark
real
Knight.
hard time if we're bringing in animated and other Batmans versus what we got in the films. Y'all gonna have a real hard time with me in Dark Knight.
I didn't say nothing
That
about
joint didn't make my list at all, and y'all know it. And I'm not a fan of the Nolan Batman joint, so just know I'm gonna put some pressure on you. But of the Nolan films, Batman Begins is the best one, I think.
Mhm.
So, having said that, I think Superman 2 is a very 70s movie. But I believe without a Superman 2, we never get to a Batman Begins. And again, in terms of just pure cult classic, we kind of have to like. It's not better, Joe. Let's just make this very clear.
Jerry, high five.
Superman
We're
2,
getting our way. High five, Jerry. We're getting.
it's not a better movie than
Agreed.
Batman Begins. It's not. It just like it's not. It's all over the place. And Superman does what Superman does in the movies. This is like a little ridiculous. But yeah, we don't get to Batman Begins without Superman 2.
That's how we're gonna
So as
concede
much
it.
as it pains you, I'm gonna side with them and say Batman Begins at 9 and Superman 2 at 8.
We did it.
It's all right,
I
Joe.
can fight it, but I'm outnumbered, so it
You
doesn't.
have your own list, dog. So like, just I'm just saying.
What two numbers are we doing right now?
8 and 9. Right now we're on 8 and 9. Well, we're gonna get to we're getting. You know what? I had enough of you already.
I thought we finalized 8 and 9. I thought we're good. I thought.
Well, I'm writing them down. Well, yeah, but yes, we're yep. Oh man.
We had to put some
All
bees
right.
up, but it was like someone kicked it. Someone kicked that guy.
Hey, Frosty.
Hey, you know where to find me.
Tell him how you feel.
You know where I'm at.
Well, hey, here's the one I got to throw this one up because
Like y'all here, I've never seen
my
a single
goodness.
Superman movie. Oh, all right. I mean,
Nothing wrong with
and
that.
that's okay. Because to be honest, at this point, I don't think they really hold up.
It's too
If
late.
you don't already know, yeah, like if you haven't,
it's
like
too
yeah, it's
late.
too late now.
I
It's too
think
late now, so they don't hold up.
film sensibilities have changed. Like the pace of a Superman movie will like put you to sleep.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
it can,
but
yeah, definitely. So
here's what I'll say. Superman 2, really all like the first three Superman movies. When it's time to superhero, they feel real good. The score alone in those movies
Oh my god.
is so like you hear those scores and you feel like you can fly, bro. Like it's so my god,
yeah.
it's such and
emotional.
like and
Hey,
I'm gonna
listen,
tell
it
you
had to,
something, jokes. Batman Begins doesn't have that. It gets ever so close, but it doesn't have that because it is trying to emulate 89 Returns
mhm.
and the
And then
animated movie
ground it a
where
lot more, where you have a little more freedom in, trying to be
just those Superman films, they set the pace. Like they decided,
Yeah.
like this is what the music should sound like in a superhero film. This is how you orchestrate to that kind of thing and give you the feelings of like we're doing something that's bigger than us. Like that comes from those movies, and that again, that's where I'm at. Where I'm like
Mhm.
Superman 2, like you can't have a Batman Begins without a
Valid.
Superman 2.
I
Part of the reason
also
why
So
think
James Gunn uses some of that music
he
in
does.
of
Superman
course,
He does.
2025. So
Yeah.
of course, yeah.
I also think that the villains in Superman 2 are more epic. Like
Yeah.
the Phantom Zone criminals do not
Oh
play.
yeah,
They don't
yeah,
disappoint at
I would
all when
say,
they're on screen.
yeah.
Yeah.
Gage,
Nah,
like
that's
you
real.
said it. Batman Begins, like there's really not a true villain per se in like
Hmm.
Batman Begins. Like obviously, yes, Ra's al Ghul is technically the one, but there's not like a traditional villain, I guess, in the sense of saying.
And
They're all minuscule.
Gage, back to your point. I think music is so important.
Mhm.
And gosh, having an iconic theme is so important. And that's missing from a lot of what we have nowadays.
That's
You're
why the
right.
cartoon is so dope. The
Yes,
Batman, the animated
100%.
series, that you
Yeah.
hear it. Like it's so funny because I think I actually, if I think Batman, that's the music that I hear and not the 89.
You hear the animated series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yes, but they're driven from the same place
Oh,
though.
sure.
Like it's
Yeah.
but you also definitely heard the animated series movie music way more off. Like
Yeah.
you heard it
Oh, yeah.
every day after
Every
school.
day.
Like you didn't, you know what I mean? Like you heard it every day after school. So
Yeah.
like it's a little different.
Mhm.
All right, man. Listen. Yes, Rob, you ready? Go ahead and do it again. What numbers are we doing?
6, 7. You can
So
edit that
excited
out,
to
right?
do that. I had to let him.
He said
No,
edit that
no. As
out.
a matter of
Oh
fact,
my
that's the
god.
one thing we're gonna post from this. Is
That
that?
joke's getting
That's
posted.
it.
Oh, God.
um.
That's
Oh God, that was the Cartman 6 7.
Yeah. Wonder Woman and Dark Knight. I don't have anything to say right now. I'm gonna
I know
let
you
y'all
don't.
fight about this.
I
I'm
agree
just
with you,
gonna let y'all
Gage.
fight about
Whatever's
it.
happening right now, I agree with you.
Okay.
All right.
You already know
Well,
my response.
Wonder Woman it is then. In the sixth spot.
Hey, listen, my man said put her there. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm so good with that.
I know I'm losing this battle. Like, Kay, I'll stand up. Like, listen, I feel like Dark Knight. Like, now you know what? Let me reverse. I think what really made that movie great, it actually
Mhm.
wasn't Batman. It was Joker.
Yeah,
And
that's for sure.
I would think this will be the reason why I would concede Wonder Woman going over top of Dark Knight. If it wouldn't have been for Heath Ledger's Joker, now granted, there's clearly elements of Jack Nicholson and things that are in his Joker that are there, and he does little twists to make it his own. But if we didn't have that version of Joker in this movie, I think Dark Knight probably would have fallen flat. Like, I think they did a very good job at
So
trying to create.
let me help you. Let me help put it in. Let me put it in a box for you. Between these two movies, Wonder Woman has a great hero and a
Mm,
terrible villain, and Dark Knight has a
it's the
great
flip flop.
villain and a terrible hero.
Hmm.
Mhm.
And because the hero doesn't actually exist in the Dark Knight, he's
Mm,
non-existent. There's no Dark Knight in that movie. I just don't. I don't feel him at all. He's mostly trying to not be Batman and afraid to be Batman. And Joker has him on the run the whole movie. So like
mm.
that doesn't work for me. It doesn't quite equate. I think that if I had to pick between the two, if I was sitting down to watch one between the two, I would watch Wonder Woman and then maybe turn it off at the end.
Mhm. So
And
you wait. So Gage, hold up. So you're saying that you feel like the problem with the Dark Knight is like the characterization of Batman himself. Like
mhm,
he's just off. Like he's just not the
I think
character
that
that he should be.
I think I think that when you make the title The Dark Knight, I expect to see a Dark Knight. And I don't think the Dark Knight shows up in that movie at
Till the
all.
end, you
I
get it
think
at
that
the end. I feel like.
when you make the sequel to a movie called Batman Begins and you follow that up with a movie called The Dark Knight, and if you have any knowledge of like what the Dark Knight, like that run of how he becomes, like what he turns into, that doesn't
Mhm.
happen. It's not there. It doesn't even really, it doesn't even have the, it doesn't, it's not even dark. Like the majority of that movie happens during the day. I think you miss a lot of the elements of the things that make him. So many of the elements that not only make Bruce Wayne, but make Batman Batman are missing from that movie. Like you burn down his house in the first one, so you don't have a Wayne Manor, you don't have a
Mhm.
Batcave,
Mhm.
you don't really have a Batman, and so I guess you could look at it as interesting that he's stuck dealing with the Joker, who would really be his biggest nemesis, quote unquote, for most people at the time when he's got the least access or whatever. But like, we just it just doesn't it does not give me. I never watched that movie and feel like Batman can take on whoever. He can
Mhm.
deal with whatever. He is prepared to handle whatever you throw at him. It doesn't feel like that at all. It feels more like Alfred's ready to handle everything. Put Alfred in the suit then.
I'm not mad at that. Hey, listen, Alfred.
That's
I'm
my
gonna I'm gonna
Batman ain't
remember
have Alfred. I don't know. He Batman be in some serious trouble, and that goes
I'm
through
gonna
the whole
remember
line.
your sentiment on this
hmm
Batman Gauge
hmm
for the discussion for the next five. I'm gonna remember
I'm ready.
your sentiment on that. I like that.
I'm ready. 100%. A 100%. Um, yeah, this. I think that movie does a disservice to Batman as a character, and I think Wonder Woman is an incredible service to Wonder Woman as a character
Mhm.
outside of who she has to
Yeah.
fight as the last villain. That movie falls apart at the end because they felt like, well, she's Wonder Woman and she's so
We
powerful.
gotta give
What are we
her.
gonna have her to do? Like,
Mhm.
what are we gonna do? And they just
Mhm.
threw somebody in there to like, and so it it gets a little out of sorts at the end and kind of falls apart. Um, and then they went so big at the end of that one that the next Wonder Woman movie they had to go bigger and they couldn't they couldn't make it make sense. So it ends up not working out all the way through. Um, which is kind of how I feel about the Nolan films altogether.
I know
So,
you do.
having said that, between the two, I personally will put Dark Knight at 7 and Wonder Woman at 6.
Yeah, I think like you said, the Wonder Woman movie is so important for I think comic book movie history. Like it's a
Mm-hmm.
big deal, you know,
Mm-hmm.
that the movie came out. Like it looks great.
It does.
Um, like and I mean, it really is really a strong film. Like when she goes and does like the no man's land scene, like that's the movie
Mm-hmm.
right there. Like the
Mm-hmm.
feeling that's the feeling that you take out of the theater.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah,
I mean
I agree.
it slaps. Batman, I think it's a great movie. Um
You're wait. Let me backtrack a little bit just to kind of help before you get into that part of it. Let me make this very clear. All three of the Nolan Batman films are great movies. They are just not great Batman movies.
mhm,
They are not
mhm,
great superhero movies.
I'd agree
yeah.
with both those.
It's my personal feeling that he failed in making them great Batman movies. I just don't think they hold up in that space, and I think trying to toy between the idea of him being realistic, being
Mhm,
a real man, but then also being forced into adding comic book elements into it throws the feeling off, and then you're not sure where to go, and it just kind of gets out of so it starts to lose itself.
yeah.
And I think if you look at that movie from from a cinematography standpoint, it's incredible to look at.
Hmm.
It's incredible to watch. Is Heath Ledger's performance incredible? Yes. Have we seen it
Yeah.
before? Yes, if you're old enough, right? And if you know. So does it give me or evoke the feelings that I'm looking for from a superhero film like I have gotten from Batman films previously? No, it doesn't. Does it do for me in terms of getting the feeling of superheroes and feeling like how like when you come out of the theater after you watch a good like kung fu flick, you come out wanting
Mhm.
to fight?
Yeah.
Superhero, you know what I'm talking about? You know
Yeah.
exactly what I'm talking about. You got that energy. You know what I'm saying? You feel like you Bruce Leroy when you walk out after you watch The Last Dragon. You come out of a good superhero movie feeling like, yo, I can do whatever. I need to go buy some comic books right now.
Yeah.
Batman, the Dark Knight doesn't do that at all. It doesn't. I don't feel that at all. So it doesn't work for me. And I think that Wonder Woman does a better job of all of those things and loses it in the villain.
Mhm.
That's my take.
Yeah,
Yeah,
listen,
it's the fantastic.
Wonder Woman wasn't even on my list, and I'm more than happy to concede that you and put Wonder Woman over Dark Knight in this list for me. So you know,
Sure. Um, Jerry, you
and
had it the other way around on your list. You had Wonder Woman ahead of Dark Knight on your list. At 6 and 7, by the way, you had
Yeah.
Wonder Woman at 7 and Dark Knight at 6.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
you're backwards to where I am.
Right.
Um, Jokes, Wonder Woman was your number 10.
Hmm.
So you definitely feel stronger about Dark Knight.
Oh, I 100% do. But everything you
Okay.
said, I give you is valid. Like I like what they tried to do with Batman and trying to ground him. I think your
Hmm.
thing in saying that the elements of trying to put the comic elements in this and still try to keep it grounded kind of threw it off a little bit. Me personally, I actually like that they tried to do those pieces of it a little bit. Um, the train piece at the end and felt like I have an issue with that. It's minor in comparison to the grand scheme of all that, but
Yeah.
I just as a whole and watch like I like how you said you would rather sit and watch Wonder Woman. I'd rather sit and watch The Dark Knight before I watch Wonder Woman.
That's
Okay.
And that's
that's
just
what it boils down to, right? Like so for me, like the reason why I had it swapped on my list is because my list is based on how frequently I watch these movies. Like it's
Sure.
like you own them all, so I'm making these choices like all the time.
Yeah.
And when when I'm working, like I will put on The Dark Knight just to enjoy it because it's a great movie. Um, but like, in terms of
Let me ask you this, and this is not like no shade or whatever. How much of that though is built in the bias that you have of a love you have for Batman over a love you have for Wonder Woman? If you're talking about which one you watch, you know what I mean. If you just sit down and you pick one
mm,
more than the other, right? Like how much of that is just like, well, I like Batman. You know what I mean? Like that's my
yeah,
guy. He's my second to Superman. Wonder
mm,
Woman would be my third, which kind of makes sense then if you would watch one over the other. For
yeah,
me, technically, look, Batman gets a lot of hate from me. It's not because I don't like the character. I like Batman more than I like Wonder Woman. I think
mm,
Wonder Woman, there are a lot of issues there too. But in terms of sitting down to watch the film, like I think that film is more fun. I love the opening scene of The Dark Knight.
mm,
It's incredible. But none of that has anything to do with Batman. None of it. You could take that opening scene and put it in the beginning of any other. Put it in Casino. Put it in Scarface. Put it in front of any other movie. Null and void of Batman. It's an
yeah,
incredible opening scene. It is part of the Dark Knight, but it has. You could pull that out and put it in anything else. You could put it in The Town, which is arguably a better movie. Like this, like I'm just saying that, like that. Even though I think that there are things that are great about the film, and I think it's a great movie, I don't think it's a good Batman movie, and I don't think it's a better superhero movie. Even though I don't think Batman is a superhero, let's not get into that part of it. Than Wonder Woman. So like, but I'm open. Like I really do want to hear again because both of you, like for you, jokes, it's way off.
Mhm.
Wonder Woman at 10, and I think you had Dark Knight is your number one,
Number
bro.
one. Yep.
So like I feel you. Let me have it. You know what I'm saying? Throw. It's not on. Listen, it's not on Rob's list
Hmm.
at all. Wonder Woman's not. Dark Knight is. He's willing to concede. I'm the only person that doesn't have Dark Knight on their list. So
Hmm.
like
I mean, it's
y'all
just
are, so you already know where I'm at. I'm gonna be like, nah, dog. Wonder Woman's better than this joint. So I'm just telling you.
at
But it's
the
on
end of
all
the
three of y'all's
day,
list.
yeah, at the end of the day, like all of this entertainment, like the only thing that truly matters is like what did you feel? You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So, for jokes like this is your flick. Like I get it. I completely get it. Like
Yeah.
when it came out, I was like all for it. I mean, like
Yep.
I couldn't buy it fast enough. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Um, I think for my list though, um, I think it's. I mean, my personal biases are definitely coming into play. Like, I don't. This the Dark Knight isn't my Batman. Like, if
Sure.
like I really like the
Sure.
movie, but it's not my Batman. So like, in terms
Yeah.
of like going to the mat for this guy, nah. But
My man said, not Christian Bale, bro. I'm not doing it.
you know,
All right, so then jokes. Right now. I think the three of us are good, and I
I know.
know it's
Yeah.
your number one. So I'm trying to give you a little extra because
Hey,
it's
listen, yo,
literally
I give you
the
props to give
highest
it
on
like
your list.
I give it like,
These
but
are literally your two opposites. So I'm just trying to. It's your
hey,
10 and your
listen,
one.
it's cool. At the end, I'm not gonna win this, but like just like Jerry said, like that is my favorite. Like that is the way that I like kind of like you say. I don't want to for I'm gonna say because I don't want to say that Christian Bale is my Batman. Like I got issues with that,
mm,
but like if we talk about like the first Batman movie that I saw in theater,
Yeah.
that would have been Batman and Robin.
oh wow,
Yeah. I'm sorry.
yeah,
No, so
oh
no.
man,
Uh,
Who would you say
but
is your Batman though? Then.
Kevin Conroy.
Yeah. I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming.
All right.
like
I
none of
knew that
these
was
guys
coming.
All
came
right.
through.
Yeah, because like
All right.
Yeah.
I like Christian Bale. There's elements of the Christian Bale that like
Mm-hmm.
that can be a little shaky. Like I'm not gonna lie, as much as I hate the Flash movie. seeing Keaton again, super cool.
Yeah.
There was a small part of me that when they do the flip at the end and shift and they put George Clooney back in and he's going to be Batman, I was kind of like, okay, redemption arc. I am here to see how they do with this. And then we kind of just got that rug right. I was really eager to see what they were going to do with that. Because you know what? Some people do need that second time to play like a certain character. Like I got to give props to Brandon Routh that played Superman in Superman Returns, which not necessarily the best variation, but then when they brought him back to play Kingdom Come Superman in the TV series, I thought that was a beautiful redemption arc that he got.
Yeah.
And I would have been cool to see. And listen, if George Clooney would have been able to come and do something, I would have been like, hey, maybe this would have been a redemption arc, and now he may be my Batman. It's disgusting to say that right now, but
no, it's so funny. Like Batman and Robin, like when that joint came out, I think I saw it in the theater like 3 times, and every time I saw it, like I hated it more.
Why did you keep going back, bro? Glutton for punishment, dog.
It was one of those things where like I was with a different group of people who hadn't seen it, and they was like, "All right, Batman." You know,
you were supposed to be like, "Nah, dog, I saw this. Let's not." That's what you were supposed to say. You were supposed to save them their dollars, bro, and go see something else instead.
I don't know. I think it just like it looks good. Like if you just look at it, like
Bruckheimer.
It looks good, but then when you turn the sound on, you're like, I can't handle this.
I gotta pop this up. This is like, hey, listen, Kay, I love you, but I don't know about this one though. I don't know, Kay. Like, listen.
Hey, listen, spoken as a dude who truly just recently started going to Comic-Cons, man. Like, I think that's fair. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's fair. We have had this discussion multiple times. You know what I'm saying? We've had it on film before. But nah, man.
You know what? It's like whatever was popping on the radio when you were in the 12th grade. Like
that's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like Kay was in the 12th grade in '89, dog. So like, nah, like Kay's not in the same boat as Jokes, where like we give Jokes a little extra because he's younger than us. So the expectation is like, yeah, those are your Batman. Kay is older than us, so like most people would think that it would be that he would have more love for the '89 Batman. He just doesn't. And he likes the Nolan trilogy better than those, and that's fair. If you like them, you like them. He's also super into cinematography, and IMAX, and all that kind of stuff that didn't exist in '89. And I think that there's a lot of that he actually gives credence to in terms of the way it's shot and what it looks like and that kind of stuff, as opposed to whether or not the movie itself is better, or whether or not the actors actually do a better job or portray it, or you give them the space to act for the part that they're in based on the way the characters were written at the time. Right? So
you can't that's why you can't go back like with today's like cinematic sensibilities. You can't like go back.
Right.
And then because it's like trying to watch like a movie from the 50s.
Yeah, a lot of, in my opinion, and look, me and Kay have had a lot of discussions. So I hate to speak for him, but a lot of times what you'll hear Kay talk about specifically is look and feel. You hear him talk about the look and feel, and if you go that route, look and feel of that Nolan joint. Again, we talked like that opening scene is crazy. That shot in my favorite scene in that movie is when he goes to Japan. It's like going to Japan and hold on, swinging through the building like. It's crazy what they were able to do in '89 by comparison. Also crazy, but
they're
not
stuff we hadn't seen before.
Yeah.
All right, before we get stuck on this, I'm gonna put this up right. Frosty's yelling at me to put this up because I was talking about the George Clooney thing, and it was just like No, Frosty. I do not.
Facts.
I do not
Facts.
want the nemesis.
He wants them back.
You can have it, Frosty. You absolutely
That's canon.
can have it.
Yep.
Canon.
It's canon now. It's
Yep.
canon now. Jokes wants a nipple suit. It's canon. It's all right. It's in stone now. You didn't have to post it, but
Hey,
you
listen,
did.
I'm good. Hey, listen, I'm good with Frosty. I put it up because she yelled at me, so I'm good with it.
Oh, well, I mean, as one should.
That's
All right, so
funny.
look, we gotta get through 5 through 1. Here's
Yeah.
where we are right now. Number 10, Constantine. Number
Mhm.
9, Batman Begins. Number 8, Superman 2. Number 7, The Dark Knight. Number 6, Wonder Woman.
I like
Cool.
it. I like
Good with it.
Yeah,
All right,
that's
let's
a
get
fun
into the
list.
meat
That's exciting.
and the taters. I would agree. Everybody should watch this list of films in the order that we give them to them.
it.
All right, so here's what we have. Vying for spots 5 through 1, we have The Batman. We have Batman Returns. We have Superman 2025. We have Superman the movie. We have Batman 89. Does anybody want to just throw a film in 5th place?
Batman.
The
Mm.
Batman for 5th place.
Mm.
How does everyone else feel about that?
Can I say why?
Absolutely.
I listen. I thought it was a great movie. That the
Mhm.
Batmobile introduction is
Mhm.
one of the best Batmobile introductions in any Batman movie I've ever seen. That
Mhm.
thing,
Alive.
that was
That
awesome.
thing's breathing.
The
Mhm.
Penguin portrayal was unreal in that, right?
Mhm.
Gage, you made a point talking about a Batman that didn't feel like they were together, right? Or
Mhm.
like, Riddler is 2 to 3 steps ahead of Robert Pattinson's Batman the
Mhm.
entire movie.
Yeah.
The
For sure.
entire
He
movie.
never figured it out.
He never figured it
Not
out.
once.
No.
And for that reason, I think it's below the other 4 movies because, dude, that opening felt the most like a Batman comic of any movie. When you had the
Mhm.
4 different scenes, which one's Batman's going to come out of? Everybody's scared of the dark. That was awesome.
Yeah.
But because of Batman being one up the whole time, I put that at 5.
Man, I feel like I don't know because I feel like it was put out there that we knew this was like year
1.
2, year 1,
yeah.
year like right in there for it. So I kind of felt as though I think they did this in a very good way to show that this was him being very early on. So I was kind of receptive to the fact that the Riddler was always steps ahead of where Batman was supposed to be, and he was growing, trying to piece together, figure things out, learn from what it was that he had to pick up to make himself a better Batman.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think in the long run, like, don't get me wrong, without Superman 1, we wouldn't be kind of getting to those places, but I think this joint probably holds up better than Superman 1.
Whoa, take it easy.
That's getting clipped.
No, I agree with. Listen, I agree with you. I think that he was meant to be that way, but for that reason, even with it being the intention, for me,
look,
it makes it a 5.
Here's the thing. That movie is number 5 on my list. It's number 5 on my list. I don't really have a problem with it being 5. Jerry has it at 8. You have it at 5, Jokes. And Jokes, you have Superman the movie ahead of the Batman at number 4 on your own list. I hear what you're saying, but your own list, you have the Batman at 5.
I told you
and
I was having
Superman the
problems
movie at 4. So I just before you dig a deeper hole, I just wanted to give you that space. Um, Here's what I think. I think that everything Rob is saying makes perfect sense. However, I also think that it makes sense in this movie and doesn't make sense in The Dark Knight. I
Mhm.
think it makes sense in this movie that he's being one upped because he's new at this, because he hasn't figured it all out, because we don't have everything. And I think that part of the Batman that shows a certain level of vulnerability because he's just a man, not a superhero. Had to throw it in there. Makes this work a little bit. Just you know what I'm saying? Um,
Oh yeah. And
I
listen,
I think that
I'm not saying none of it works or anything like that. I
Mhm.
think it all
yeah.
works and it's great. But just,
I I will just say that while I'm okay with it being 5 compared to the rest of the movies we have to choose from, I don't think that the reason that you're giving is the reason why it should be at 5. I think more than anything, it just doesn't quite hold up to the rest of these films, so to
oh,
speak.
I was going to make that point as well. I agree with, yeah, for sure.
Now, I have them reversed. I have Superman the movie at 6 and The Batman at 5. For the reason that Joke said, because as iconic as that movie is and giving us all of what it did, I don't think it's a better movie in terms of holding up over time. But again, it is, for all intents and purposes, maybe minus Batman Adam West 1966. Like, this is the film that gives us not just superhero movies, but comic book movies, which is
Mhm.
what those movies were. And
You will
so I
believe
do
a
think
man can fly.
Yeah,
that part, right? Like
yeah.
the thing about the Batman is they're trying to make us believe that a human being can do the things that Batman does. And in the
Mhm.
first Superman, they are trying to make us think that an alien could come to our planet and do the things that Superman does while looking just like us. I believe that both of those films succeed in doing those very things. The Batman does an incredible job of making Batman seem like a man with some money and a suit who happens to be pretty bright and willing to step outside of the normal bounds of the law to get things done. And I think that the original Donner, Christopher Reeve Superman makes us feel like we're reading that comic book for the first time. It feels like man standing, legs agape, fists on hips, underwear on the outside, cape blowing in the wind, which I feel like is more important. So I am cool with the Batman being at 5.
Yeah. I'm just going to double down on all of that. So I feel
Okay.
like the when you compare the two movies, I know that Robert Pattinson does an incredible job. Like, again, this movie is fantastic. Like,
Hmm.
I don't have like a bunch of strikes against it or anything like that. But
Mhm.
Hmm.
when you compare it to like the importance of the first Superman movie, it's like
Yeah.
like, to me, like, their value doesn't, like, this the first Superman is always going to be the first Superman. This Batman movie is like Batman 10.
Right.
It'll be, and it's about to be
You're talking
rebooted
about
already.
another iteration. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing. You're speaking about a version of Batman that is an iteration of versions of Batman that we have already seen. If I had a complaint about the movie, which I do, Slim is a little bit way too emo for me. Like, this Bruce
Mm.
Wayne, not my guy.
Yeah.
This is not
And
my guy. This is not my Bruce Wayne.
and then, like, I also think the performances in the original Superman movie are just like crazy top notch. Like, Jor-El on Krypton, like, just giving you monologue, but it's like it's very elevated. And then the performance of Christopher Reeve as both Clark Kent and Superman is like that performance
That's
changed.
iconic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
like it changed the way he was viewed in comics. It changed the way he was viewed like since then. Like that movie,
Yeah,
you know, it's
I will say that like on that note, just in terms of comparison, like Superman the movie set the bar for who Superman is, how Superman should be portrayed. And I'm talking about like Fleischer film, Fleischer cartoon Superman brought to
hmm
life. But like, not that they didn't do it. He hadn't been brought to life in TV and other things, but like in terms of bringing it to theaters, feeling like they could fly with the technology that they had at the time, right? That Lois Lane is my Lois Lane. That
hmm
Superman is the Superman for me that all other versions of Superman are compared to, because that Boy Scout version of Superman is the one that Batman doesn't like. It's like it's the perfect,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Versus like in the Batman, Robert Pattinson's version of Batman isn't iconic. It's just well done.
yeah,
However, in that movie, it's the Penguin. That Penguin made me go, man, Danny DeVito did it. Colin Farrell, like, did it.
He did it.
Like,
yeah,
really put something on it that made it actually feel new and worthy of a show of its own
Mhm.
that I was glued to.
yeah,
Where, like, if they'd have been like, oh, we're doing a live action show that's the Batman with Pattinson, I'd have been like, is Colin Farrell going to be in it? Because, you know what I mean? Like, I think you're right. I think that's the difference. That even though it's really good and it's a good watch, and I love the new take with the new kind of Batmobile, and Catwoman's all right. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I could take it or leave it. You know what I'm
hmm
saying? Um, that Batman, I feel like, I think it is a serviceable job. I think if you think of Robert Pattinson, you think of what he's done and the other stuff that he's played. If you were even concerned a little bit about his ability to do those roles, I think it's serviceable. I think he does a great job. But you could almost take any other person that has played the role and put him in the role, and like at the same age, and do it again, and it would be like, oh, all right, well, I'm not positive what they saw in his audition that made them go, that's our Batman. Yeah, like
hmm
he just, you know what I mean? I feel like you could have, I don't want to say you could have had anybody, but almost. Um, so yeah, I mean, I don't think comparatively that it holds up, and I am all for putting the Batman at 5.
All right.
I'm good with that.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
cool.
Of what's
All
left.
right. Well, well, well. So here's what's left. Batman Returns, Superman 2025, Superman the movie, and Batman 89.
Superman 2025 is next.
Okay. Okay. I mean, that's how I have it on my list. I have the Batman at 5 and Superman 2025 at 4.
I'm good with that.
Technically good with that because that's also on my list too.
It is. It is exactly how it's on your list, jokes. So that's easy. Superman 2025. We're not putting it above any of those other joints. We know we have to have a different kind of fight now.
yeah.
Cool. Superman 2025 at 4. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back 10 through 4 because we're getting into the top 3 now.
Mhm.
Okay? So, just a reminder. At number 10, we have Constantine. At number 9, we have Batman Begins. At number 8, we have Superman 2. At number 7, we have The Dark Knight. At number 6, we have Wonder Woman. At number 5, we have The Batman. And at number 4, we have Superman 2025, leaving Batman Returns, Superman the movie, and Batman 89 as our final 3 contestants. So let's get funky with it. Rob and I both have Batman 89 as our number ones. Jerry has Superman the movie as his number one. Jokes, you have Batman 89 at your number two. Jerry has 89 Batman at his number two. What that says to me, based on where Batman Returns is on everyone else's list but mine, I have it as my number two, is that at number three, it's probably Batman Returns.
Not opposed.
Yeah?
All
Yeah.
right.
All right. Batman Returns.
Let me just say that movie is fantastic.
Listen,
100%.
let me tell you something, bro. Not that 89 doesn't do it, but if you want to talk about truly like pumping life into a franchise, that Penguin, that Catwoman,
Mhm.
bro, it's unmistakable. Like you would almost think, how do you top Jack Nicholson as the Joker? Like the Joker really is
Hmm.
his number one nemesis for real, especially like at the time, right?
Yeah.
But man, I guess you do it with a villain and an anti-villain villain.
Well, I feel like also at the time, the idea of bringing two fully fleshed out villains or villain and anti-hero or whatever,
Yeah,
villain and anti-villain, that was beyond us. Like, and they did it and they crushed it. They
bro, I'm not
crushed
going. We there is no mistaking how iconic that Catwoman suit on Michelle Pfeiffer.
it. Hmm.
I'm just gonna keep it a buck. Michelle Pfeiffer was a very well known actress who I would say most people thought was a good looking woman. Sexy though, I'm not sure.
Mm.
After that
Put the
movie,
Catwoman suit on.
boy, if you don't get my teenage brain, bro, just be like, be as Zane would say, be so for real. Like set and match. I'm like kind of for real. Nobody cared about Vicky Vale before '89,
Nah.
and all of a sudden it was like, yo, Vicky Vale. You know what I'm saying? So yes, like that movie is spectacular. How dark that movie is, like Tim Burton's, like him and Elfman together,
Yeah.
Hmm.
as far as I'm concerned, created everything we actually care about Batman to this
Very,
day.
very valid.
They recreated and reinvented it. It is what led to the animated series for sure.
Yeah.
And that is everything we have right now
Yeah.
comes from that space. And that second film was like, how can they possibly do it again? How can they possibly do it better? And like, for all intents and purposes, they did. So shout out to that
And it's a
movie.
Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Facts. Facts. Right along with Die Hard. They go together.
Yep.
Hell
Peas in
yeah.
a pod. And Nightmare Before Christmas. More Burton. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
More
Same
Burton
director.
Elfman.
Yeah.
Yeah, more
Yeah.
Burton Elfman
Right.
for sure.
Yeah.
All right, let's have it out. Let's let the war begin. Um, Jerry, I'm gonna let you go first because you're the only one with Superman the movie this high.
Right. 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 So, I mean, I think again, it's Superman. Like the the entire uh comic book movie genre is built
Mm-hmm.
on Superman. Like every you and like go back and watch some of those like special features on like some of these newer like films like Marvel movies or whatever. They're always talking about how they use the first Superman movie as their true north. Like
Mm-hmm.
it
Mm-hmm.
set the tone in a way that we could believe that these things are real.
Yeah.
Again, like this the Batman movie 89, as wonderful as it is standing on the shoulders of Superman, right? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
there's like again, it couldn't even exist. It wouldn't without Christopher Reeve showing us
Mm-hmm.
how superheroes can actually bring people in and engage them and allow them to experience all these emotions. And I mean, I really think that's that's it. Also, and this actually goes to your previous point about Batman, is that when they start making Batman movies, Batman is never actually Batman because the
Mm-hmm.
1989 Batman is a straight up murderer. Straight up. He got guns on the Batmobile. You hear me? Guns.
I
Fully automatic
mean,
weapons on that Batmobile.
Maybe they rubber bullets.
yeah, but all right, listen, and listen, and listen, and look, look. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Because I hate to have to like tit for tat this
Hmm.
kind of thing. That notwithstanding, Superman cannot fly around the earth fast enough to reverse time
He certainly
to
can.
save his girlfriend. That is not how it works.
That's fully
It's
how
He's
it
as
not.
works.
fast
And
as the
in the
Flash.
comic books at that time, that was fully one of his superpowers.
Oh my
Was it?
god, bro.
Fully,
Was it?
fully
I'm not
and
I'm not I'm
completely.
not I'm not ever I have not ever seen that
You
as a
haven't
thing.
seen that?
No.
Superman has
But
is
I know that
I'm
his
about to look that.
glasses do make it so that people can't see his identity. And so it would not surprise me if that was a thing because they did it in the new Superman. Like that's you know. Um,
before
I
1985. Superman, he could definitely him and the Flash could travel through time on their own under their own power.
no, I know they could travel through time.
Mm.
I'm not talking about traveling through time. I'm talking about reversing time.
That's just
Like
a
Mm,
visual.
literally, no, 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 no. Like he
you got me
undid
looking
it.
this up right now. Like,
Like he undid it. Like
Mm.
he doesn't go back in time and there's another Superman in a different place when he gets there so that Lois is saved and doesn't fall in the crack from the earthquake. He rewinds the earth
Mm.
without
Mm.
taking the earth back around the sun as much as it had moved
I feel like the Earth
in
should
the
have
sun.
blew
Like
up.
that's not he
They set it up
he just
throughout the entire movie. They say like they set up the idea that he can do this earlier in the film.
I'm not
And then
listen.
we see him do it. It's like the whole movie is like right in the beginning, right uh when he first makes the fortress, Jor-El tells him he's not allowed to interfere with human history. Like that's the setup. It happens again right when he's about to do it.
Yeah, but I don't well, I will tell you that I don't specifically take that as like you're not allowed to reverse time. I take that as like you really aren't supposed to interfere in the world of man. Like they didn't really
Mm.
want him to do what he was doing, which was being Superman, flying around and saving people and actually interfering. Like he just go
No, 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 no.
be.
that
You know what I mean?
Jor-El specifically has a conversation with him about that in the movie. So like
Like,
that is what he
don't you
wants
reverse time
he wants Superman to
for a woman.
he wants Superman to lead the Earth. And so saving
Yeah.
them and all that kind of stuff is, I mean, that would be interfering, like by that definition, that's interfering with human
Anything he does is
history.
interfering. Yeah.
Yeah, so no, he specifically talked because he said like again right before he does it, he's in the sky floating around like this, and in his mind, like
He's like,
he's hearing.
am I supposed to do this? Let me break Jor-El's rules
Yes, that's
for the
that's that's the
love of
point of the movie.
woman.
That's
Yeah.
exactly that's the point of the movie is that he
Is
does it
is
when he's not
breaking
supposed to.
breaking daddy's rules.
Hmm.
It makes him a bad guy, which
Yeah.
means
Yes.
that if Batman isn't supposed to kill people, but he breaks the rule and he does it, we're in the same place again.
Brings us right
This
back
is
to
Superman's
We
father's
right
rule.
back where we.
This is not Superman's rule. This is Superman's father's rule.
which
Here's what I'm
then
gonna
makes
say.
it Superman's rule.
Yeah, you right. Nah, here's what I'm gonna say. Here's the thing about these two movies. Um, I would credit Superman the movie with being the grandfather of the superhero genre, if you will, and I think deservedly so. Um, I think that outside of Superman, though, truthfully, every other attempt to do it failed miserably until Batman 89, right? Superman 2, cool. 3, pushing it. 4, no,
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 no.
no, right? So, like, we, after those 4 films, right? After the Superman films, what else is there? Like, we give it credit. Like, we say it was the first one that really did it and made a lot of money and proved you can do it. I'm going to be honest. I'm not so sure that, like, other films like Star Wars aren't actually more responsible for allowing for cinema to begin to really do things that are outside of what you could have possibly imagined as a whole. The reality of it is, I think Batman 89 is what is truly responsible for kicking off what now is in existence the way it exists, even though it has some really bad hitches in its way. And I think that for a couple of reasons. Both of those films, in my opinion, are comic book movies, not superhero movies, because they attempt to tell the stories of those characters in a way that aligns with comics and comic books. It is supposed to be more fantastical and a little less believable and all of those kinds of things. And I believe that those films do succeed in doing that completely well. The difference between the two is exactly what the differences are between Superman and Batman. Truth, justice, in front of everyone, red, white, blue, all day in, Batman, dark, in the evening, creeping through the streets, doing things in a clandestine way in order to make sure that justice gets served. Both of them attempting to, in some ways, do the same thing with very different tactics. And until it was in the hands of Burton, Batman wasn't like that. Like, Batman was Scooby Doo, Adam West. It was made fun of. Pow, bam, whatever. As big of a deal as Superman was, it wasn't what Batman was.
Mm.
It is important in that it did what it did, and I don't think Batman even gets a chance if the Superman one had failed. But there's so much space between those first 2 films and when Batman 89 happens, and the number of failures of Superman films or not quite hitting the mark after that, that is, once that happens, that literally kicks off a very different version of the industry.
Mm-hmm.
What we had in Super Friends comes, I think, out of the comic books and of what that film was. What the 89 Batman did was it redefined it. It made it okay for it to be dark and for us to have Batman the Animated Series, which led to Superman the Animated Series, which led to Justice League, which led to like all of the films that we love and animation and all that stuff that we have that we've gotten so far. They're on the backs of that, not on the backs of that. So now, when they did Superman the Animated Movie, they were like the animated show, they looked at Fleischer. Same way they did when they did Batman the Animated Series, but they pulled the darkness and the music and the tone, all that came from there. And when they did the animated version of Superman, they went back to Superman, but they only used it for that. I think both of those films have fed all of what we have. And then we got into a place where it was like, well, let's make it more realistic. And that's when we got into superhero films. And that's, I would credit Nolan with that. The Nolan Batman films kicked that off, and then you get into Iron Man, and then the rest is history. So I think both of those movies are important for kicking off that thing in two different directions. One that allowed you to do the dark and gritty, and here's what happened if it was a regular guy and whatever, but this is still comic books. And the other one was You'll Believe a Man Can Fly, right? Like, I think they're both equally important. So getting the importance piece out of the way, which one's the better movie? Because I don't think 89 Batman is more important in terms of what it actually gives to everything else than Superman is, and I don't think the other way around either. I think that they are equally important in terms of pushing the genres and allowing many other people to take it and run with it in ways we wouldn't have otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're the anchors. Those two guys, say what you will about Wonder Woman and her show and all that kind of stuff in live action. Love all of that, but let's talk about the two anchors without the Trinity piece of it. It's Superman and Batman. And so I think they're both in that place. So what's the better movie?
For me, it's going to be Superman. Like
Fair.
it's not even a question. I think,
Okay.
because the film, that film, for me, it did make me believe a man could fly, but
Sure.
also, like for me, like that movie is why why I'm even in the industry. You know what I mean?
Fair.
Like Superman did that for me. Like Batman could not have.
Okay.
And I think that ultimately, um, it's like you're either, man, am I going to say this? You're either Superman or you're Batman. Like one of them has to be on top. I didn't even know I believed that. I'll tell you what, I didn't even know I believed
I
that.
mean, it's kind of fair
Yeah.
because I think that the two of them, again, as anchors, I think the two of them, I think they're supposed to do that. I think they're supposed to ground each other. I don't
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
really think, in a lot of ways, I think that they have become characters that can't truthfully exist without the other. The ideals of one inform the ideals of the other and keep each other in check. So when you have a Batman who's like, nah, I got a plan to take out everybody in the Justice League because y'all might act up. And
Mm-hmm.
we just regular dudes down here and we got to be able to do something. And having a Superman who goes, you know what, you're right. So go ahead, keep that kryptonite. I probably beat you to it anyway. However, go ahead, keep the kryptonite in case I ever decide to act up. Like, I think that's just as fair, right? But I think the two of them, I think there's a balance. And I think you can be on one side or the other.
Well, they're a yin and yang,
Truthfully.
right? Like they're a yin
Yeah.
and yang.
Yeah.
They
Mm-hmm.
really are.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Jerry. I think Superman is the better movie, but when I'm gonna sit down and choose which I want to watch for entertainment value, I'm picking Batman '89. For
Yeah.
me, and
Yeah.
that's why I put Batman '89 over Superman, because for me, when we're looking at like our favorites, what we like to enjoy, I'm gonna get more entertainment value, I think, out of my time with Batman '89. Whereas if I want to sit and feel something, yeah, I think I'm going to watch 78 before I watch 89 if I want to feel that emotional connection. But if I'm just looking at like, I want to have fun and I want to watch it, like 89 is the one for me. And I agree with you to an extent, Gage, about like 2005 kicking off the new era. I actually think it started earlier with this current era. It started with Blade and it started with X-Men 2000.
Sure.
I think
Well,
that's what actually kicked off the current era.
Yes, but what I'm saying is, I think that those movies I still think are comic book movies. I credit them with being comic book movies, which are much more like what Superman and Batman '89 were. I credit Nolan with making superhero movies, not comic book movies. Like really trying to grind and be like, what would it be like if they lived in our world?
A non-superhero?
Yes. I think he kicked off the genre by saying we need to make it look like what we feel like it would actually look like if they existed in our world. Where I feel like the movies prior to that, like if you watch Batman '89, if you watch any of those earlier Batman films, they're comic book movies. But like nothing looks like Gotham looks like. Gotham looks the way Gotham looked in the comic books, right? Where Nolan was like, nah, let's make it look like he lives in one of our cities. So let's shoot it in Chicago and let's let it look like that's where it is. Let's try to ground it. And that led to like, all right, well, let's do Iron Man. He's a person without powers. Let's ground him and make it like, what would it be like if he actually existed in our world? Where I think those other movies, those original X-Men films were like, this is a fantastical thing when we're telling you a fantastic story about a guy that can shoot beams out of his eyes. I think they're telling you a different kind of story and not trying to ground it in our reality.
I would disagree with you with that because I would think that is the first one where they tried to make that tangible. That's why they made Mystique's transformation power a scale thing as opposed to just changing it. They tried to add more science to those movies at that time and tried to make it, which is why they changed the outfits to be black leather instead of like blue and yellow. They were going for something that had a more real feel to it. And I think I agree with you that Nolan's took it to that next level. But for me, it started with Blade. It started with X-Men, where they not so much Blade, but more X-Men, where they tried
I was going to say I wouldn't count Blade with that.
Realistic explanation of things. And those movies really, to me, started that more so than Nolan. To me, X-Men is what led to the MCU more than the Nolan stuff for me.
I would concede outside of the science piece of it. Like, not to like, I think that they have tried to, I think that Marvel has always done a good job of trying to make the things that they do sound very scientific and this is how it could work. What I do think is that those movies coming out 2000, 2001, they knew that what they were dealing with was an audience that was way too cynical to accept that the X-Men would be in blue spandex. I don't necessarily think it was about trying to make it grounded in more realism. I think they were trying to make it so that we would accept it instead of being like, all right, this is a dude who wears his underwear on the outside. Why would we do that? Even if nobody could say anything to you smart about it.
Yeah.
Like, why would you do that?
Agree to slightly disagree on this one, I think. But I understand where you're coming from, but I really think because they added so much, because they really did push the scientific side of the mutant gene, that's what really was the first kind of grounding and trying to make it more tangible and make it more real. I think that the biggest illustration of that is the change in Mystique's powers and trying to give her a scale as opposed to just being able to change her look. That was them. That was the moment that they said, we're going to try to make this more real than the other superheroes before, for me.
I mean, I don't think there was anything that had ever been done comic book movie wise where somebody had a power like Mystique's. So I think if you're going to try to do it and show it, you try to make it make sense so that you can show it, right? But it's not like when they did the Batman movies, they tried to really do Clayface. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't, like, those things. Batman's characters are grounded, they're gangsters. Like, for real, they're gangsters, right? And so even Mr. Freeze has a scientific something behind what he does and how he can do it. If you watch
Catwoman's 9 Lives.
Yeah, I mean, again,
That's not,
comic book movies.
yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
They were comic book movies, but you don't. What do you need to do to explain it? You know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if a man falls in a vat of acid, he just dies. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't like, that's not, you know what I mean? You don't just turn pale and start smiling at people. Like, that's just not how it works. So, like, but I do think
Is it?
that
Well,
even with every,
not
I'll just say that with right. I'll
Chemicals,
just say
not
that
acid.
with everything that you said as far as X-Men is concerned and the science of X-Men, I would bet you that if you go back and you rewatch all of X-Men 92, you will find that everything they talk about as far as mutants having a gene and there being something that happens to them that causes them, they've always tried to tie it to something scientific. So I
Sure.
won't, you know what I mean?
Sure.
So I just think that's kind of always what that's been.
I remember them making a point when talking about the making of this movie. And the fact that they gave Mystique scales, that being such a departure and such a more tangible explanation for how she's able to change, that to me was impactful enough that was the difference maker, because they went through the lengths to do it.
It's like the same reason they wouldn't let Storm fly, right? Like, because they were like, oh, that's too silly. Like, we can't, you know.
But that's,
but you can use
again, but
yourself up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, but there's a scientific reason for how and why she can fly. Like, they call her a weather witch, but like,
yeah,
the comics give like, there's an actual reason. I don't know. That doesn't really matter. In the long and short of it, what I feel like is 89 Batman and 78 Superman are both more comic book movies, and that one is more responsible than the other for everything else we've got. And I feel like that's Batman 89. I feel like the through line of Batman 89 is tighter to everything else that we've had and is more responsible for helping to revitalize an industry of comics itself at that time, because and then after that, like, after Batman, other than Batman, like, there was a whole slump. And then it's not again until we get to X-Men again in the 2000 where it kind of picks up, you know what I mean, again. So I think that the success of Batman 89 leads to X-Men 92. I think there's a full through line of that does separate itself from the space in Superman.
I have to disagree with that, because
Okay.
the Batman films, actually, they do the same path that the Superman films take, right? So the first one made a whole bunch of money, the second one made a whole lot of money, a little bit less, third one, same thing, and then the fourth one killed Batman. And then from there you have when Blade comes out, but then Bryan Singer, who directs the X-Men, he was Richard Donner's assistant. So and Richard Donner directed the first Superman.
First Superman, correct.
Again, like, the Superman DNA is right there in them X-Men movies. And
Donner also got kicked off. Donner also got pulled from that movie and didn't get to finish it, and then didn't do two. So, like, I don't we give him a lot of credit for, like, we call it the Donner film, and there is a Donner cut. But that's not the joint that got released to theaters, and that's not the joint that most people knew. The Donner cut exists now, but it didn't then. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, so yes, there's a through line, and of course they're both DC films, right? So there's going to be a through line there, right? Because clearly Bryan Singer, who directed X-Men, well, who was the producer on that? It was Kevin Feige, right? So, like, like, those through lines, they exist through and through. Danny Elfman is on every version of music that there is from that. You know what I mean? Like it's,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like if I really wanted to just tie a through line, I could just be like, well, yeah, like nah, like for real, Nightmare Before Christmas is tied to all. Yeah, like you know, you can. Here's what I think. I think that as important as that Superman film was, people believing you could fly. I think that I wasn't cognizant in '78 to be able to say what it felt like for real. When I watched Superman, I watched it on VHS at home. I loved it. I believed, you know what I mean? I saw Superman 2 in the theater, saw 3 in the theater. The first one, I didn't see in the theater, right? Batman 89, I can speak to what it felt like to hear someone say and have go viral at a time when that couldn't happen. Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight? Like that kind of thing is something that is so through and through. Like it's and again, we're talking about a different time. We're talking about like Batman 89 comes out and there's like Happy Meal toy tie-ins and there's like, so it's like it is still everywhere in a way that I don't know that first film could have been. But I do think in terms of a movie and watching from beginning to end, I think Batman 89 is a better film. I at some point we'll never get past which one we think is more important or which one we think had more ties to what, like we'll never get past that, right? You are a Superman guy through and through.
Mm-hmm.
I hate Superman. I'm gonna keep, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna keep it a buck. People think I hate Batman, and I don't. I dislike both of them for the same reasons. They just have the most plot armor ever. And it's annoying. But I like Batman better than I like Superman, for sure. You know what I'm saying? And I don't dislike Batman. Batman is one of my favorite comic book characters. He's everywhere, and he always has been for my entire life. Not unlike Superman. But if I'm gonna pick somebody wearing red and blue, it ain't gonna be him.
Who are you picking?
you want me to like, should I, you want me to just like, what do I do? Like, how do I, do you want me to just reach, like I can reach in any number of,
it's just so difficult for me to tell.
Yeah, like it's everywhere. Nah, I mean, I think Batman 89 is a better watch. I actually think it holds up better than Superman 78. Some of that could be age. They're both old, but one is clearly like 10 years older than the other one, 11 years older than the other one, right? So like you're still talking about the difference in technology and what you can do and, you know, all of that kind of stuff. But my personal opinion is that 89, I think, holds up better. And if I'm going to choose between the two, Superman, oh, Frosty's going to be mad. Maybe not. Superman 1 is like Star Wars A New Hope. It's good because of what it is, but not because it's actually good.
That didn't take no time at all.
Right,
what
exactly.
What are you talking about?
It doesn't quite, it's kind of boring.
It's kind of boring.
So
yeah,
I like everything you're saying.
I'm right, like you had me.
I had you up to that.
You know, I'm with you on Batman 89. For me, it's number one. You know that. I back you on that 100%.
All right.
But saying Star Wars is good just because it's Star Wars 1 and not because it's good, that's crazy. That's
it's because it's
crazy.
A New Hope doesn't hold up to Return of the Jedi or Empire Strikes Back.
I disagree.
I know, and you're allowed to, but that's
That's
See,
Make me
I
go back and
feel
watch
you.
this
Like
all over.
I think that you
I'm gonna
know, I
vote for
mean,
Superman just
again,
because of that crap. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I mean, it's like once we're here, you know, we're at number one, we're at number two. Like this
Yeah,
is
yeah, like
this is feels like it's
Yeah.
like which one speaks to
it
you
is.
more, and
Should
I
we flip a coin? Is that where we are? Is
Well,
that how you
Ooh.
feel?
well, what do you? Where jokes? Where are you at, man? Where are you at?
Batman 89. Like, I'm gonna be on 100% with you. I do not have the same connection to Superman that any of the rest of you probably have.
Definitely.
I mean, that's
Um,
3-1,
You
yeah,
though,
was, but
right?
you were born in
yeah.
'89.
yeah. And I've seen both, obviously, way after the fact of them getting released. But when I think of one that resonated more with me, it was Batman 89.
Well, Gage,
Um,
you bring up an excellent point as well, too. Like, we were 11, 12 years old, right?
Yeah,
When Batman came out. And you
yeah.
want to talk about an age where what you watch will be so that 8 to 12 range, all
Mm-hmm.
that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Ghostbusters, Last Starfighter, the
Yeah.
Indiana, like all that stuff I watch from that 8 to 12 range will always hold more weight and impact than almost anything else that I watch.
mhm.
Yeah.
You know, and that
I actually watched Supergirl, the movie, more than I watched Superman, the movie.
mm,
Back to back.
um,
Actually
yeah.
same Betamax. Terminator 1 and
Mhm.
Supergirl back to back.
mm.
I
It's a,
love Supergirl, but it's such a horrible movie.
I know.
it's
I
trash,
love it.
bro.
I
It's
love
But I
it.
love it
so
too. I love it
It's
bad,
too.
bro.
horrible. I didn't even think to put that in my honorable mentions because I was
Me
like,
neither.
man, that's not right.
Me
But
neither.
Nope. Nope. You didn't put Steel on your honorable mentions, and I
I
was a
did.
little
I couldn't
surprised
do
at
Yeah,
it.
that.
I was
I couldn't
missing.
do it. I couldn't do it. I was bringing real, you know, real feelings. I was trying to be as
Mm.
I'm with it.
thoughtful as possible.
I'm with it.
But yeah,
All right.
yeah. I just think the Superman, you know, for me, like that's my thing. Like like Batman '89. Like when that joint came out, though. I mean, I'm not saying, oh my god, like I'm anti Batman '89. When that joint
Sure.
came out, like
It was
I
everything.
distinct, like I remember
Mhm.
seeing it in the theater. I remember the projector broke. The movie was so high. Like
Oof,
Oh,
I remember seeing
oof.
the film snap.
The film Melt. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, yeah.
Ooh.
It was wild. And then we had to wait for like another hour for them to set it up
oh my
again.
God.
Yeah.
But it was incredible.
Mm.
I actually like there weren't any toys out at the time, like when the movie first came out.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I remember my mom bought me this little like Batman thing. It was not a toy, but it was like a just like a little statue.
Yeah.
I remember being so excited about it. Like so it's I mean, you know, I love it, but it's not
You do
Superman.
have the nostalgic ties to '89, but
Yeah,
Superman's your guy,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
Mhm.
it's the first joint, and I'm not mad at that. I don't think that there's it. Look, in the same way that for jokes, Dark Knight is his number one. um, you know, I, I get it because it was culturally, it was everywhere. It was everything. It's all anybody was talking about, right? Um,
Hmm.
and I
How
don't.
old, jokes, how old were you when Dark Knight came out? And Batman Begins?
What was that? Begins was 2005, so I was still in high school at that point, and then Dark Knight was 2008, if I'm not mistaken. So or
Yeah.
2007. So I'd have been
Seven.
17 going on 18.
Okay.
Matter of fact,
So I
because
can
I
see
saw
that makes
Dark
sense to
Knight,
me,
yeah, because I
right?
saw
Like
Yeah,
Dark
that's
it's
Knight. That
very
was
different.
that
yeah,
was my first year in college. Like
yeah.
literally went to see that, and ew, at that time, if I'd have known that the lower end theater to see something like that in for, but yeah, that was first year in college for that.
Yeah. So I get why
Ooh,
that's your jam.
it's crazy to think.
Yeah, and again, I think that that's I think that's all. I think that's all super important. And again, you're gonna have, look, I, Jerry and I have had these conversations many times on this show. We know that Superman is his guy, along with Cyclops and Leonardo. He likes the
Not
the
Leonardo.
leader boy.
Not Leonardo. He breaks the mold
Come
for
on, bro.
me. I'm a
Come on, bro.
Michelangelo guy.
Really?
Yeah,
Yo, that's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
What?
It's
You
wild.
know what? We got to get in that later. I got to find out why you don't like Leonardo later. That's a different. I can't right now. Um. So again, like I get it, right? I think that we're talking about two very iconic characters from, you know that have iconic histories and have iconic runs of film and movies. I do think, in the long and short of it, maybe because he's not really a superhero and he's a regular dude, quote unquote. But I think Batman resonates more with most people.
Mm,
Um, because they tie Batman to everything. Like Batman has become the anchor. Superman was the anchor for so long,
yeah.
and
I
Batman has
man,
become the anchor. Like they tie
it's
him to
funny though.
everything.
If you remember before 1989, Batman
Mhm.
was second place in a mug. Like
He was a
it,
clown.
yeah. Like
But that's my
like
point. Is that like it 89 revitalized that character and made people take him seriously in a way that technically hadn't really happened.
Hmm.
Like Batman and like Robin as a second string kind of, what I mean, as a sidekick. He was the sidekick Batman deserved. If you know what I'm saying, if that makes
Hmm.
sense. Like it just was kind of corny in that way. And I think 89 was like, nah, dog, like we can really,
That's
I
a
mean,
different jumping off point.
Frank
Hmm.
Miller had a lot to do with it once he got
oh
his
yeah,
hands on it from a comic book standpoint. But in terms of like the general public,
yeah,
like just people being
Yeah,
like, yo,
the general public, without doubt. Yeah, Batman
yeah.
'89 was.
yeah,
Hmm.
Hmm.
Because
yeah,
Batman was helping
Yeah.
Scooby Doo solve mysteries, like you said earlier. So it was
He
like,
still is. He
There
still
was
correct,
is.
Gary
correct.
Lawhorn would probably bring up some artists in the late '80s
Mm-hmm.
before the '89 movie that brought the
Mm-hmm.
darkness back to Batman. I wish I could.
Yeah,
I
It's
want to say
like Neil
Aparo,
Neil Neil Adams.
Neil
Yeah.
Adams,
yeah,
hmm,
but that
Um.
that was the start of
Yeah.
it. And then you're right, but that led to this movie giving the media the big public perception of Batman, making that
yeah,
change
yeah.
because comics were
You're
still so niche back then.
correct. You're talking about the director of Pee Wee's Big Adventure, which has some dark moments. Tell him Large
Yeah.
Marge sent you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like that's the same way it was like, let's take a chance on this guy to really do this and redefine the genre and redefine the character and where it should go from here is the same thing I feel like they did with Michael Keaton. Because when they said Michael Keaton was going to be Batman, I think most people were expecting, if anything, it was going to be like what Batman 66 was like.
Yeah.
Like, why would you make a film like that? You know what
Why
I'm
would you
saying?
make
Yeah.
Mr. Mom? That was the biggest thing. Mr.
yeah.
Correct.
Mom
Yeah.
is
Mr.
gonna be Batman.
Mom is
Hmm.
going to be Batman? I don't know, bro. Beetlejuice and Batman, same guy.
But it's for that reason that I gave Pattinson a chance with the new one.
Correct.
Yeah, definitely
Correct.
so.
Because of that '89 Batman, because of Keaton, that I'm
Yeah.
gonna give somebody a chance in a role.
In a weird way, I feel like both movies were in positions where there was a lot riding on whether or not this was
They
gonna
were
work.
successful. Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like there was a lot riding on whether or not you could really do it. Again, you'll believe a man can fly being the tagline for that first film. Like it did things for the industry that like nothing else had done before. But so did 89. So did Batman, like 89. Like it broke molds and made actors again. You could really look at somebody who's like, well, he's a comedic actor. He does like Mr. Mom, like he's whatever, and you could put him in that role and you could make it work. And you could take somebody who had the kind of prestige that a Jack Nicholson had and put him in a film like that. Like again, like you're talking about taking somebody like that and making them a comic book character, a comic book villain. Like, what are you doing? And Nicholson ate that up. Like, not just him, but like Jack Palance. You're talking about Danny Elfman on the score, Prince on the soundtrack. I'm going all in right now. Danny Elfman on the score, Prince on the entire soundtrack.
That's a stamp. That's a.
I don't know if there's a better movie soundtrack with a single artist that isn't Whitney Houston other than Batman. Whitney Houston, The Bodyguard, and Batman 89, Prince.
When you say single, do you mean solo artist?
Or do you mean like Queen, the whole soundtrack?
Queen on Flash Gordon.
Oh yeah.
Well, now
that's hard to beat.
Yeah,
that's hard to beat. I mean, it's pretty solid.
That should have been on somebody's list.
But you know what?
Oh no, that's not DC.
Nah,
not DC, yeah.
I don't know if I would put that above the Bodyguard soundtrack. However,
I would, without hesitation.
I know, and I listen, and I understand why, but I'm a much more R&B kind of guy, and that soundtrack is like it's everything. It has it all. Yeah, I don't. Let's vote. Let's just figure it out because I think we can do this for another 2 hours.
Oh, yeah.
We really can, but we're not gonna. So, Rob,
Batman 89.
Jokes,
Batman 89.
Jerry,
Superman the movie.
How crazy would it be if I was like, Superman, that joint came out first.
No,
that just means you want to talk for another 2 hours.
Coin.
What? We getting the coin and we flipping the coin.
Yeah. Nah, listen, I'm going 89. I think I think that this list is a highly respectable list.
I feel real good about this list.
Yeah. And as expected, a lot of Batman.
Oh, no. Yeah. We knew that going into this.
Yeah.
A lot of Superman too, though.
There is. Well, this list doesn't have a lot of Superman.
There we go.
The final list doesn't have a lot of Superman.
It's got three Superman.
Hey, Candace. I like how you just left jokes behind. I told you it was gonna happen eventually. I think Candace liked Superman the movie, but maybe she saw it in the theater. I didn't.
I mean, it's just high quality entertainment.
Oh, we got one here to
fair.
Throw that up there.
What we got.
Ooh.
I would choose Superman because I was there, even though I thought he had the worst Lois Lane. Michael Keaton was classic. What you mean? That's my Lois Lane.
Penny agrees with you.
So this is a tie, or does the music make a difference? I mean, I think the music makes a difference for sure. I think the music makes a difference, and look, there's no doubt that the Superman music is iconic.
Yeah, but he don't have Prince.
But he don't have Prince.
Don't go have Prince.
Don't have Prince. All right, y'all. The final list. At number 10, Constantine. At number 9, Batman Begins. At number 8, Superman 2, I'm sorry. At number 7, The Dark Knight. At number 6, Wonder Woman. At number 5, The Batman. At number 4, Superman 2025. At number 3, Batman Returns. At number 2, Superman the movie. And at number 1, Batman 1989. I think it's a great list.
That's a solid.
I like
list.
most of that list more than my own personal list.
Yeah. It's judicious.
Well, I mean, most of your list is on this list, right?
Yeah, but I like this order. After having the discussion, I really like the order that we came up with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like that top five. Like I kind of want to replace that top five with my top five with that top five that we came up with. It's
Not mad at that.
good.
Batman,
I mean, it's not.
Batman.
You're
Superman,
not that far
Batman.
off, to be honest.
Right.
Yeah.
Your top five is very close to what this ended up being. And again, I think we knew that the running for the top, at least four, was going to be a pretty tight race. All right, so look, let's take care of some business real quick so we can get out of here. Look, not this weekend, but next weekend, December 12th and 13th, we will be at Ocean City Comic Con. We have two panels. On Saturday, we are doing the panel that is tied to this discussion we have right here. We are doing the top 10 theatrically released live action DC films. However, it's a free-for-all. And so in that case, if you come to that and you're there live, we will see the top three. What that means is that when people come into the room, number one will be Batman 89, two will be Superman the movie, and three will be Batman Returns. But the people in the room can simply say, I want to put Steel at number one. That's how it works.
That's how it's going to be.
And anybody in the room
might do it.
can challenge that person.
Challenge that.
Dude.
And if they challenge him,
it's going to be
crazy. Correct. Both people will have to come up to the front. They will have to face off in rock, paper, scissors. The loser eats a Bean Boozled bean challenge bean. And we follow through with the winner. We make the moves as y'all make them. Those of us who are sitting on the panel have one veto each. So if somebody just comes with something so ridiculous that it just needs to be taken care of then and there,
it will be done.
We have a gavel and we will take care of it. There's no rock, paper, scissors. There's no challenge. We will just make sure it doesn't happen. So be prepared for the shenanigans that is. I can almost guarantee you that list won't look like this list because there are always people there who just want to cause chaos.
I think it's going
They're
to be
going to try.
Not Nolan, but like BVS and that kind of stuff.
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
definitely.
Listen, as soon as someone says Batman versus Superman on this list,
somebody's going to say, I want Wonder Woman 84, number 2. Get out. Get out. Your place in the room is vetoed. Get out. So there will be a lot of shenanigans, but it's always a really good time. We always have really great fun, and I always make sure that they know that however that list ends up, it is their fault. So
that's it.
On Sunday, we are doing another panel. That is our patented being comfortable being a geek. We do have a guest or two lined up to join us for that. That one is from 1:40 to 2:40 on Sunday. Following that, at 2:45, we will break from there, shoot to the theater. They're doing a moment of silence for Sin, for another friend of ours, Randy, who passed away like right after Sin did, and then for Linda, who was one of the folks who did like the lightsaber training and so forth. They do it there every year. They do multiple trainings and stage demonstrations and all that kind of stuff. People always loving to have a really good time, and unfortunately, she passed away like last week. So we're gonna do a moment of silence for them before the group cosplay contest on Sunday. So again, if you're there and you want to come and participate, by all means, come to the panel and then shoot over with us to the theater to do that, and then hang out and watch the cosplay contest, if you will. Outside of that, jokes. Wrestling is like your fourth favorite thing, I think, somewhere behind Pokemon, Pokemon cards, and something else. What's going on in wrestling?
Of course, with the finisher side, the latest episode is up. Me and Marcus actually have a deep conversation talking about the national championship that AEW has swiped / reinvented from NWA. It's a little weird. So we have our discussion
I seen my
on
man
that.
Samoa Joe got a belt.
Samoa Joe is champion once again. Survivor Series just passed. That's actually another part of our conversation and talking about I do believe it is time that we actually retire some of these old Vince McMahon pay-per-views because they don't hold up anymore. And Survivor Series is actually one of them.
Okay, get them out of here. I'm with that. Netflix never gonna let you do it, but I'm with it. Speaking of that, just to kind of note, like, obviously there will be some conversation after it. It's probably one that I'll actually allow on this show, though I try to keep the wrestling to a minimum here. But obviously John Cena's last match is the same weekend we're at Ocean City. So we'll have to have a conversation about that following that and how that went. Obviously tickets are stupid through the roof and all that kind of stuff, but I heard it was sold out.
It's sold out. Officially,
crazy.
Officially the tickets are completely sold out.
Wow. Yeah, that's bananas. All right, so here's what I want to do. I want to thank everybody, specifically Rob and Jerry. Thank you so much for joining us, for putting your list together, for taking the time to do that. I hope that if you went back and you rewatched some stuff, you had a good time doing it, and it was 100% worth it.
Thank you for having me.
I had
a great time.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Listen, I know it's super late, and I really appreciate you. I do. Jerry, I know you gotta go get some West Coast food over there on that side. I appreciate you joining us. You know what I mean? All the way from the other side of the country. It's always a pleasure to have you. I know you do, dude, and we love you back for sure. Now I want to thank everybody who hung out in the chat, who watched, who commented, even the ones who yelled at us. Or maybe especially the ones who yelled at us, because without y'all, where's the fun in that? But I also want to give a very special shout out to the lurkers, to all of you who are watching or who are hanging out or who are watching it after the fact. You're not commenting. We're happy to have you here. Thank you for showing up. We do appreciate you. Jokes, tell the folks what I need them to know.
Remember, y'all, just because you have a well thought out plan doesn't make it a good idea.
With that, we're out. Toodles and lose.
Loading snacks.